LinkRealms here. Let's take a look at LinkRealms. We're starting off in the graveyard. This is a good place to auto-level your skills when you first start. You can pretty much just sit here until you get to level 70. Your skills are at level 70. Just auto-level. They really don't do that much damage. Let's go down to the crypts. Kill this guy and check out this chest. Level 10 chest. Not expecting anything good. You don't really start getting anything good from the chest till you hit like level 40, 50 and higher chests. Let's take a look at this music. It's getting louder and louder. Let's turn the music down some. See, I think I went down too low that time. Let's turn it up a little now. I don't understand this music in this game. And here we go. These guys are the same skeletons and stuff that's above those. Nothing too hard. I like to play the archer. Gives you a little bit of distance and range on your attacks instead of having to be right up close to the guys. The only downfall in being an archer is you have to continuously buy arrows. But they're not too expensive. Let's check this chest on a level 10. Down here is where the crypt gets a little harder. I don't know why every time we go into a different room, we have to readjust the sound again. It goes back up to full volume. These are just the basic things. Up above. But there is a room over here which is pretty good at working on your spell defense. This one right here. Take out these ghosts. This imp will hit you with some spells. Bring up your spell defense. Oh, did I come down here with nothing to drink? Yeah, you definitely want to have some potions or something down here to drink. Especially if you're working on your spell defense. I'll just kill him. He gets pretty good loot too. If I can even click on his loot. Nice corpse. Especially if you want to tailor, if you're tailoring, thinking about tailoring. The money's pretty good, between like 40 and 60. And you always get a weapon. But like I've said earlier, you definitely want to make sure you have your drinks if you're going to be down here working on your spell defense, because you're going to need to drink. You're going to need to get your health up, which I came down without any. Not very good. Some fire cloth. This you can make fire resistant armor and stuff with. It's cloth armor though. But it works. I like the look of the cloth armor better in most respects. But the added protection of the metal or full armor is good if you're getting hit a lot. That's a good place to... You don't really have to click on anything. Once they attack you, your guy will auto-attack back. And they don't do a ton of damage, so it's not... You shouldn't really have to worry about dying or taking too much damage down here. Once you get a little bit of armor. Did add a PvP server to the game, so this is on the PvP server side, not the PvP. The PvP has its problems. Where they're not new player. A lot of the older players aren't new player friendly. Kill you on sight in the dungeons, which makes it hard to get anything. Look at this. Lag in town. This is the town. There's some players. Another archer. Wonder what he has. Artifact bow. This chicken. This is the bank. People are always dropping stuff. Bank box. Got some Slayer bows. Nothing much. And let's go. Let's check out the north side, I guess you would say, of town. This is where you would go to the Vine Dungeon. Cricket Dungeon, if you go outside of town's up this way. This is where the grape fields are if you're starting off and you need to look for grapes. I'm gonna hit this sound again. What's the sound? These would be the grape fields. Harvest some grapes. And you can make, with the grapes, you come in here, click on your juicer, click on the grapes. You can make some basic grape juice. I would say macro this skill. That way you don't have to keep on pressing it. Just hit last last item or whatever. Then you just press a button and then press. Oh, look at this armor, swords all over the floor. Yeah, you'll always see people dropping stuff they got out of the chest that they don't want. Here is a Beast Slayer sledgehammer. I'll pick that up maybe for later. Okay, let's go down to the Vine Dungeon. You'll get better. If you're new, this is the better dungeon to go to. You get decent money, and you'll pick up better drinks. And they're all over the place. Just break these barrels. They'll be on the ground. You'll also get grape juice. You'll find some wine. See, here's watermelon juice. And it's a lot easier to come down here and pick it up than to sit up there gathering grapes or gathering watermelons to make juice. Oh, someone already busted here. Some grape juice. We'll go into the next part of the dungeon and get some wine. Wine heals for better. If we break these barrels, we should be starting to get some wine. Which I haven't seen any yet. But let's kill these guys. There's also 2 bosses in here. One's like a mini boss, and then the bigger boss. I think it's like the queen. I haven't been through here too much. There you go. We'll run through this real quick. These little guys you don't really need to kill. I mean, you can if you want to get to the chest. Or if you want to work on your stats, because they really don't attack back. Especially if you're an archer, you can sit back. And they can't really hit you. But we're just going to run through it real quick. These chests are only level 10. Nothing I really want. They're good if you want to work on your skill. But other than that, you can probably just bypass all these. But there is a chest room in here. This is a little mini boss. There is a chest room in here which has 40 level chests. There's some wine right there on the ground. Like I said, that's that little mini boss. Start attacking him. This wine here you always want to pick up because that'll heal for a lot more than the normal juices that you're starting off with. Yeah, he runs once he starts getting attacked, and you can just follow him. He calls the other golems on you. But like you can see, there's 4 or 5 of them attacking. They don't really do any damage. But they get annoying once you get so many of them crowding around you. We'll take them out. Oh, guys. you will keep running up this path. Coming over here. This is where the queen is. I guess that's the main boss for this dungeon. There she is. And you can get some decent loot. These crystals are pretty good. Because you can sell them to the banker and get around 300 for each. More wine. And another tip, if you don't want to manually drag it into your backpack, just drag and drop it on your character and it'll automatically group them for you. So you don't have to like look around and stick it in the group. Let's check out what this has. Some grapes if we want to make. Always take these essence. If you ever want to make a mage, they come in handy. So just collect them whenever you can. Just bank them. And then if you want to make a second character and make a mage, you'll already have hundreds and thousands of them saved up. Which is useful because as a mage you'll go through them quick. And it's better than paying 2 gold each for them. So I would say just save them whenever you can see them. Whenever you come across them. We'll kill her quick. Nothing too difficult in this dungeon. You see our skills going up pretty quick. This will be one of your first dungeons. As you start the game. Here we go. She carries a lot more stuff. Always get these crystals, or they're worth picking up. The essence are always good. And if you drag and drop it on your body, like I said, this will auto stack it in your inventory, so you won't have to mess with it later. Magic weapons are good if you want to be a mage and use a sword, like a hybrid. But it's nothing I really need. But I think that one got thrown in my backpack anyways. Take the wine, it's always good. Hair dye. I personally don't need it. You get good money from these guys. The other one will give you around 400 for the mini boss, and this one gives you around 8. Always take the money. You're gonna use the money. You never have enough. And this is the chest room. Another tip, break all these barrels, even though it might seem like a waste of time. Because there's always a chance of them dropping not only this wine that's useful, but they could drop the crystals. Could be in the barrels. And there's money all over the floor. The crystals add up. If you save them up, run the dungeon a couple times, you can get, once you sell the crystals and pick up all the gold, 3,000-4,000 a run. Let's see what level this is. 30. See what we get from a 30. I didn't need to use the expert lockpicks, but from 40 chests up, you need the expert lockpicks. And they cost more. But you can use simple lockpicks for anything under 40. Which is, they're pretty cheap. I think you get them for 16, 17 at the smith shop. Oh, look at this. We got a necklace. Nothing too great, but yeah. Can't really expect too much out of these chests. As you see, when you kill the bosses, you kill the main boss, you've got a timer. That means we have like 12 more minutes in this dungeon before it collapses and closes. And if you're in here and it closes, it's not too big of a deal. You don't have to worry, it'll just kick you out. When I first was in the dungeon and noticed the timer, I was thinking that I would die if we weren't out in time, so we kind of rushed and hurried up to try to get out. But we found out that it just kicks you out. Nothing to stress over. Take your time. Unlock all this stuff. It helps your lockpicking skill, plus you can get the money. You're not going to really find any good weapons or anything in here. On occasion, from a level 30 chest, you might find a Slayer weapon. And to open this door, you have to go over here, break these barrels, because you still have a chance of finding crystals. Which, this run, I didn't find any crystals in these barrels, but... See, just picking up some of the wine as you're running through. I didn't even break all the barrels. I gotta put these in my bank. This is all the essence. Sad if you ever want to make a mage. Those are always going to come in handy. So we want to put those in a bag in our bank. I don't know why I have a sewing machine. I must have picked it up somewhere. Oh, here's our wine. See, 45 red wine, and as you can see, it heals you for 22 to 30, where grape juice only heals 16 to 23. 23 to 31. So, open these doors. And we're pretty much done. I mean, you could sit in here and kill everything, open up all the chests if you wanted to. And if you have the time, I would say to do it. It works on your lockpicking skills. It's good experience. But for us, we're just going to run out. Oh, wrong way. Yeah, when you first start out, I would say just keep on... This is one of the better dungeons when you first start. Keep on running this dungeon. You'll get a good amount of money to start. Like I said, I didn't open up all the chests or get all the gold on the floor, so you can get between 3,000 and 4,000 a run. Which comes in handy if you're saving up for a realm or other stuff. There's some chests in here too. I think they're level 10s though. Yeah, nothing too great. There we go. And back to town. And if you're new, if you don't want to keep on running all the way back to where the bank is and stuff, you can always click this little house up here. And it'll kick you back to this starting area. Which is useful because sometimes you don't want to take the time to run all the way back. Now in here, if you do have lockpicking skills up to 20, you come in here and you open these, and sometimes you will find... Let's open some up and I'll show you. Okay, let's open up both these, just to increase our chances of finding them. anyways, you can find some harder liquor, some moonshine, which heals for even higher. It's the next tier for healing, higher than the wine. Which, if you can just keep on doing these every time they respawn, you can stack those up. Those are pretty good. And when you start out, these chests are a good way to... Right here we go. Here's some moonshine. This heals from 35 to 41, which is a lot better even than the wine. Sometimes get some decent money out of these. 160 something. Not too bad. So you always, especially if you're working on your lockpicking at the beginning, you always want to make sure you get these chests whenever they pop up. Let's fix this sound again. Get these chests whenever they're open, whenever they're available. And if you come over here, this is a cook's area. You can get these chests, which, let's open one up. These normally have like cooking supplies in them. You'll find like butter, and you'll find... Nah, these pantyhose, they're no good. You'll find like corn flour and all this other stuff you can use for cooking. So if you want to level up your cooking, this would be a good place to come in here and open these chests just to get this stuff. And then you have the tailoring shop. Coming in here is good. And the same thing as the cooking area. If you open up these, you could find tailoring supplies. Like this. Spools of wool. Oh, the server is saving. Yeah, the server saves. You gotta wait a few seconds. You can't really do anything. Maybe 10 to 15 seconds. Maybe a little longer. Oh, here we go. Yeah, you get this wool. Some pieces of plain leather. Good if you want to work on your crafting. Save these up. And when you get tired of fighting one day, you can just work on the tailoring. Oh, here's a player. Let's see what he has. Oh, he's running too quick. If I can click on. Well, I'm going to end this here for now. Thanks for watching. This is Anadox. The next video, we will probably go to the cricket cave. Show you around the cricket cave. So, that's it for today. I'll let you go. See you later.